women get equal appreciation for what they do. Men and women are equal but different. But because of two things. One, men are, as I said before, are physically much stronger than women, and therefore what they say goes to a certain extent. And we're talking in very rough, in broad terms. And the other thing is that women have to take time off to have babies. Women are the ones who still take the full shoulder of childcare. However much there are, however much many more men there are who are taking their full share of parenting, it is still the job of the woman. And so therefore their careers are interrupted, and there is no way round that. There is no way round that. That's a physical fact of life, and you actually can't, you can't, it's not a problem to be solved, because it's not really a problem, but what do you do about it?
Okay, well, Benjamin, don't worry, I'm going to give you plenty of airtime, because last time I checked, you are definitely a bloke. Unless you're transitioning, I doubt it, although you've got lovely cheekbones. Stephanie.
Yes.
What's going on with all this men bashing?
I think I do feel sorry for men, Mark, because I feel like they're losing their identity in society, at home, in the workplace. It's like men can't be men anymore, and I do feel sorry for them. I'm all for female empowerment, but I think we need to be living in a balanced world where men can be men and be celebrated. I think half of the problems we see are broken homes, young children not knowing what sex they belong with, is because now the sexes have all been confused. I do believe that men and young boys should be trained how to be upright men in society. I think that's lost its way as well, but that's just down to broken homes as well. So I just think it's one of those things where let a man be a man, but also let a woman be a woman and be respected for that.
Amen to that. Oh my goodness, I want to rise to my feet and break into song. I couldn't agree with you more, Stephanie. Well, you are a boy, Benjamin, a fully grown man. What's your reaction to this tweet from the UN Women, essentially discarding the fact that 89% of journalists get killed every year?
I've forgotten who it was, but I think it was Dave Chappelle said that only women, children and pets are loved unconditionally. Men have to earn it. They have to provide something to do so. I think, and as you know, women have gone more into the workplace, and there's more of an equal providing in the household. Men have lost that sense of identity of providing, being the provider of family, the breadwinner, and so there is a slight sort of crisis of identity that goes on there. But that's something I think which will be meted out over time as those sort of dynamics change and culture changes around it. But ultimately, I do think there is a sort of a natural dynamic there which leaves a lot of men feeling sort of useless and like furniture, like they don't really know what to do with themselves. And we've seen, there's a huge crisis of, suicide among men, in recent times. I think that's a lot to do with it.
But Benjamin, not just sort of underappreciated, and the suicide issue is very concerned, but men are being demonized.
Yeah.
That disgraceful expression, toxic masculinity. There's no equivalent for women.
But I think that it's the last group you can demonize and attack. Pretty much any other characteristic is protected. But if you're a man, especially if you're a straight white man, it's sort of you're a sitting duck. You're an easy target. And I don't think it's out of any particular malice. It's just that people think twice about criticising anyone else because of those sort of protected characteristics.
Well, should Britain get dragged, God forbid, into World War III, toxic masculinity will come in very useful. But a great debate. My amazing panel are back at 10:30 for live and uninterrupted coverage of the papers. Don't forget, this show just got bigger. Every Saturday night, it's Mark Dolan's Saturday Night In. Who needs the pub? Bring a bottle and I'll see you from 8 till 11. And the first hour is the People's Hour. I'll be taking your video calls. If you want to be a star on the show, drop me an email, mark@gbnews.uk, and we'll put you on the telly. It's time now for this.